It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Light Forex Social Trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Good afternoon, 26th of March 2019, almost end of the quarter, few more days and we are done with Q1 of 2019. Piotr here, this is the educational live trading room prepared for Global Light Forex here on Global Light Forex YouTube channel. Let's start with risk warning. It's especially important today because of movement, for example, on the pound or right now on euro. Anyway, guys, please bear in mind trading effects on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all your initial investments. So please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay. So what is going on? Looks like on euro dollar, bulls failed, right? Bulls failed above yesterday high. We'll see. Looks like on the pound, right? We are able to manage to move and test below yesterday low, and right now testing yesterday high, right? So more or less range on the pound side. We do have dollar yen, which is recovering quite nicely, and we were discussing this earlier today, right? So three majors, then we are going to discuss Nasdaq, and we are going to discuss other majors. And as well, last time we started with crypto. So in that case, we are going to have small discussion today about cryptos as well. So we are going to have a look on the crypto space, and there are not many changes. What is going on? We got back below 4,000 on Bitcoin. All right. With Ethereum, we are approaching strong support around 25. That's what we discussed last time. So there is a few things we are going to discuss also today. All right. So probably it's time to start. Oops, 1 second. So probably it's time to start with all the details right now. So let me switch back to to the majors. All right. Okay. There was nothing extraordinary on the agenda for London session. Here, right after the New York Open session, we had the building permits and housing starts. And that's what we get. That's what we get. 1 second. That's the housing start. There is a limited number of letters, so I have to cut it somehow to make it possible to send to you guys. Okay, so US housing start a little bit weaker than what market expected, minus 0.7. Then there is a building permits, a little bit weaker what the market expected, 1.6. Hi Mer, hi, how you doing? And there is a Philadelphia Fed non-manufacturing new orders index, which was, especially new orders, 24.5, previous 16.5. Anyway, what we discussed earlier today on euro dollar, what we are gonna to focus right now, we are trying to, and as we discussed previously during the morning session, I've been looking to fade this rally to the upside. Unfortunately, there was not enough money to push that high. So market decided to try to check what is going on below weekly open. And here is a good moment to try to remind what particular things, what particular colors on the chart means. So every time, let's start with the monthly. Every time, and it's, yeah, cleaning is gonna be needed. Every time you are gonna to see something on the chart, and it's a red color, either it's gonna be whole zone or the trend line. So yeah, red things meaning that something related to the monthly chart. So even if I am on hourly chart and I can see some red lines, then I know that we are approaching strong levels from the higher time frame, right? So we have, for example, this 1370 as the monthly open. We do have some line higher towards 1463, also related to the monthly chart, right? Then every time we see blue one, it's related to weekly, all right? So we have dotted line, dotted blue line, weekly open. What else? We have some lines around 1498, 15 based on the weekly chart, blue line around 1390. So every time I can switch to the lower time frame, and every time I see blue color around, meaning that we are approaching much stronger level based on the higher time frame, for example, right? That's the way of the thinking, my way of the thinking. So they are not accidentally is green or not accidentally is blue, but actually on my side I know what they are representing. Green is related to the daily chart. So as you can see here, we have plenty of green color around, and actually that's the thing telling us where we are in terms of this quite wide range, right? What we've been discussing this morning, that this Friday low not necessarily is the low we are gonna to hold. So maybe we are gonna to get some stop counting lower, and we discuss it. We a bit lower it. Last week when we had the discussion, we were talking about 1275, 1245. The lower end of this zone in between 60 and 45 still valid, and that's what we discussed. That's what we discussed earlier today during the pre-London Open, right? So there is no change here. Shame I was not able to chase. Now, what I'm gonna to do based on current price action, I'm gonna to eventually watch trying to get back above 13. So any any action right now towards 1305, right? Maybe 1315. That might be opportunity to try to join the short side, right? So anywhere within this green line, that might be the opportunity to try to join short side. We are going to watch. Also, on the other hand, from the bullish perspective, we are trying to go through previous day low, and we are trying to recover a bit. Of course, there are some sellers lining up here around the weekly open, based on what we've seen also yesterday here, right? So it was quite strong possible demand on intraday basis. We went through this low, so it's weekly open. The price action here during the London session. So we are going to, for sure, we are going to have some sellers around the current level. So maybe spike toward 5 or 15, and that might be the opportunity to try to navigate toward the short side, right? Then eventually, if we are gonna because there are plenty of levels on intraday basis, because it's a range, and we have to respect these levels. That's some kind of the possible intraday demand over here as well. We are going to switch to the lower time frame. So finishing the colors on the charts, any kind of the yellow, orange, all related to these colors are intraday charts. And to be honest with you, there is nothing particular. If this is orange or yellow, it's not related to 15 or 5 minutes, and no. I will try to use one or two, but sometimes when you are trying to do something quickly, then anyway. So let's